Whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be. I guess time will tell. But
wow.
I can tell you this administration will not.
I guess he's given up.
Remember,
for the first time, Trump sounds like he sees the writing on the walls. As another point of reference, the user report system was managed via Gmail inbox by moderators well into 2016. I knew it. Who is this guy? Amen, brother.
If you weren't a kid, you know what? I'm going to knock that phone out of your hand.
Single greatest mobilization in U.S. history, pioneering, developing, and manufacturing therapies and vaccines in record time. Numbers like nobody's seen before. No medical breakthrough of this scope and magnitude has ever been achieved this rapidly, this quickly, and we're very proud of it, and had tremendous help from the military, generals, admirals, and many of the great people at the White House. Operation Warp Speed is unequaled and unrivaled anywhere in the world, and leaders of other countries have called me to congratulate us on what we've been able to do, and we've helped many countries with their ventilators and all of the problems they were having, and I'd like to congratulate everyone involved in this effort. It's been an incredible effort. As a result of Operation Warp Speed, Pfizer announced on Monday that its China virus vaccine is more than 90% effective.
China virus
vaccine? This far
vaccine?
exceeds any and all expectations. Nobody thought they'd get to that level. And we have others coming which we think will be at equal level, maybe more if that's possible. In July, my administration reached an agreement with Pfizer to provide $1.95 billion to support the mass manufacturing and distribution of 100 million doses, with the option to purchase a total of 600 million doses shortly thereafter. Our investment will make it possible for the vaccine to be provided by Pfizer free of charge. Pfizer said it wasn't part of Warp Speed, but that turned out to be an unfortunate misrepresentation. They are part. That's why we gave them the $1.95 billion, and it was an unfortunate mistake that they made when they said that. We will work to secure an emergency use authorization, which should be coming down extremely soon, and my administration will then coordinate the distribution of the vaccine, and it will be approved, I think, again.
I'm pretty sure this was completely subsidized by a German company. Like, they didn't take money for the R&D from the United States. We might be buying vaccines afterwards, but we didn't subsidize the development at all.
And it will be approved very, very quickly, we hope. The average development timeline for the vaccine, including clinical tests and manufacturing, can take 8 to 12 years. Through Operation Warp Speed, we're doing it in less than 1 year. If you had a different administration with different people, what we've done would have taken, in my opinion, 3, 4, 5 years, and it would have been in the FDA forever. This is 5 times faster than the fastest prior vaccine development in history. 5 times faster. Say it again, 5 times faster. Nobody can believe it, actually. 3 other vaccines are also in the final stages of trial. They'll arrive within a few weeks, and they will also be mass-produced, and the delivery will be very rapid. We're ready to go. The vaccine will be distributed to frontline workers, the elderly, and high-risk Americans immediately. Will be very a matter of weeks. Get out very, very much ahead of schedule. Any schedule that I said we're going to be far ahead of that. We know that this virus primarily targets older populations and those with underlying health conditions, while over 99.98% of those under the age of 50 make a full and quick recovery. By giving the vaccine to high-risk individuals right away, we'll dramatically reduce hospitalizations and deaths. Case levels are high, but a lot of the case levels are high because of the fact that
we do a lot of testing.
We have the best testing program anywhere in the world. We've developed the most and the best tests, and we test far more than any other country, so it shows, obviously, more cases. By vaccinating the elderly and the high risk, we will effectively end this phase of the pandemic and allow seniors to reclaim their golden years, the golden years of their lives, which is so incredible. And it's about time that they can have those golden years. Again, this process is starting right away. Millions of doses will soon be going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where, for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically, I think it's very bad from a health standpoint, but he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from. These are coming from the greatest companies anywhere in the world, greatest labs in the world. But he doesn't trust the fact that it's this White House, this administration. So we won't be delivering it to New York until we have authorization to do so, and that pains me to say that. This is a very successful, amazing vaccine at 90% and more. But so the Governor Cuomo, will have to let us know when he's ready for it. Otherwise, we can't be delivering it to a state that won't be giving it to its people immediately. And I know the people of New York very well. I know they want it. So the governor will let us know when he's ready. He's had some very bad editorials recently about this statement and what's happened with respect to nursing homes and his handling of nursing homes. And I hope he doesn't handle this as badly as he's handled the nursing homes. But we're ready to provide it as soon as they let us know that they'll actually use it. And again, it's a very safe and a great vaccine. Already we have among the lowest case fatality rates, our country, anywhere in the world, the entire world, and we've performed significantly better than our peer countries. As far as therapeutics are concerned, my administration's also made critical investments in therapies that have helped reduce the mortality rate by 85%. That's, to me, one of the most exciting things. It's incredible, some of the antibody vaccines and others
Damn, he sounds
have
wiped
come out
out.
and have really helped people. 85%.
He's not
Last
a happy
month,
camper.
the FDA approved remdesivir, and we've secured enough remdesivir to treat 850,000 patients. My administration finalized an agreement with Eli Lilly to purchase the first doses of their antibody therapy, which shows amazing results. This treatment will be available completely free of cost to patients. 5,000 units have already been shipped, and many more are going out the door as we speak. We've also reached an agreement with AstraZeneca for the large-scale manufacturing of their antibody treatment, which is excellent. We expect
I accidentally
to issue
said holding
emergency
New
use
York hostage.
authorizations
I
for a
hope I
number of
get
additional
unbanned pep
treatments
hands.
in the near future. Tremendous promise, but remember the 85% number. That's an incredible number, but we have some tremendously promising drugs online and ready to come out. We have ensured that our frontline workers have all the tools they need. My administration's invoked the Defense Production Act and related authorities over 100 times and have made a historic investment into our industrial base. All states that requested PPE from the federal government have received the PPE almost immediately upon request. Every American who needed a ventilator has had access to a ventilator. Think of that. Very complicated piece of equipment, very expensive. And we haven't had one person in this whole country that has requested or needed a ventilator that hasn't had it. Every single request has been immediately filled. So that was something that was a great job. And now we're helping the rest of the world with ventilators because it's a very hard thing. We're producing them thousands of ventilators a month. The federal government has 22,000 beds immediately available for states and jurisdictions that need additional capacity. But we think that it's going to start going down, possibly very quickly. We'll see what happens. But with the vaccine, you'll see numbers going down within a matter of months, and they'll go down very rapidly. As we continue to combat the virus, our economy is rebounding far beyond any expectations. I see the stock market's up almost 400 points today again, and it's ready to break the all-time record. Our jobs records are incredible. The job numbers are incredible. In the last 6 months, we've created over 13 million jobs and slashed the unemployment rate by more than half. Last quarter, we witnessed the fastest economic growth ever recorded in the history of our country, 33.1%. It's a number that is more than double our highest. That was in 1952, and we've more than doubled it. The United States experienced the smallest economic contraction and the most rapid economic recovery of any major Western nation. We went down less and we went up more, which is quite a combination of facts. While healthy Americans have gone back to work and to school, we continue to spare no expense to protect the elderly and the vulnerable. According to some estimates, a national lockdown costs $50 billion a day and hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day. Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully, the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be. I guess time will tell. But
Oh,
I
wow.
can tell you this
Rip.
administration will not go to a lockdown. There won't be necessity.
Aw.
Lockdowns cost lives, and they cost a lot of problems. The cure cannot be,
I guess he's given
you
up.
gotta remember, it cannot be worse than the problem itself, and I've said it many times. And when you look at what happens during a lockdown, I just say it very loudly. It's horrible what happens with drugs, alcohol, depression, loss of jobs, business closures. It's a terrible thing. So this administration will not go, under any circumstances, will not go to a lockdown, but will be very vigilant, very careful. We understand the disease. It's a complicated disease, but we understand it very well. We ask all Americans to remain vigilant, especially as the weather gets colder and it becomes more difficult to go outside and to have outside gatherings. And with that, I just want to ask some very talented people to come up and say a few words. General Perna and Dr. Slaoui have been incredible. The general is really getting started right now, but he's really, what we don't know and what people don't know, he started putting this all together 6 months ago, and you're going to see some real action. So, General, maybe you'll start it off, and then, Doctor, you'll go right after that. Thank you very much, and then we're going to finish it off with Mike Pence. Okay? Thank you. Please.
This is his
Thank you,
first
sir.
public speech, I think, since in like
Thank you,
over
Mr.
a week.
President. Well, thank you, Mr. President, and on behalf of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, I was grateful to just have a few minutes today to commend the team of Operation Warp Speed. It was your vision that we could harness the ingenuity and the creativity of America's greatest pharmaceutical and research companies to speed in record time a vaccine that would save American lives. You told the American people that we would have a vaccine before the end of the year, and some scoffed at that timetable. But I can tell you, the team on
Can I just say that if Trump wanted to do 99 times better during his presidency, he should have just fucking sent Pence out to talk for him 99% of the time. Pence is just he just looks like a dude that you would believe. I feel like I would believe this guy and what he says, even if he wanted to fucking shock monkeys until they weren't gay anymore. I don't know, man. Pence just has a way of talking. He just sounds so much better than Trump. Holy shit.
Operation Warp Speed didn't. These great research companies didn't. And as you've articulated here, Mr. President, the American people can be comforted with all the news this week that help is on the way, that literally pending FDA approval of the Pfizer vaccine and perhaps very soon another vaccine that will be submitted by Moderna and even other companies that before the year is out will be able to administer a vaccine to tens of millions of Americans, as you've said, Mr. President, beginning with those most vulnerable, beginning with our seniors all across this country, beginning with our healthcare workers and first responders at the point of the need. It is an unprecedented medical mobilization, the greatest in the history of our country, and I join you in commending this team. Let me also say, Mr. President, that the White House Coronavirus Task Force will be meeting with our nation's governors in our regular conference call this Monday.
Nice.
We'll be reviewing with them the progress on the development of a vaccine,
I'm pausing,
plans
guys.
for distribution.
Why is so much
We'll also
time
be reviewing
being
each and
spent-
every state's specific plans for distributing the vaccine. Continue to urge governors who have those plans developed and prepared and ready for immediate implementation. And finally, Mr. President, as we see cases rising around the country, as we see hospitalizations rising around the country, I want to encourage the American people with the news that as we have done from the very beginning, we're going to continue to move heaven and earth to make sure that your family has access to the level of health care that we'd want any one of our members of our family to have. I spoke to FEMA today, and as we heard reported at our last task force meeting, Mr. President, we're receiving requests from states for PPE, for personnel, but we're meeting all of those requests. And according to our team on the ground, we continue to believe that we'll be able to meet the requests for PPE and equipment, both from the Strategic National Stockpile, also from the commercial market, to make sure that those needs are all met. And the American people can also be confident because of the system that you established that since this past July, we're actually able to track PPE, gowns and gloves and N95 masks on a hospital-by-hospital basis. So we can continue to deliver, as you said, Mr. President, on that extraordinary record in America where no American who's ever required a ventilator has ever been denied a ventilator. No American who's ever required an ICU bed has ever been denied an ICU bed. So the good news today through Operation Warp Speed, Mr. President, is help is on the way. It's on the way right around the corner. As one of the members of our task force said recently, the cavalry is coming, but we want to encourage every American that we're going to continue to make sure that our healthcare system has the resources to support the equipment and supplies that they need. And we also, Mr. President, as we see cases rising, particularly in the heartland of this country, but in communities all across America, we encourage every American, as the Secretary did and as you have, continue to practice good hygiene, wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear a mask when that's not possible. We all have a role to play. We all know what to do to protect the vulnerable, to look after our families and our neighbors and friends, and we encourage
How sick would it have been if this was their messaging on day one? I wonder how much
week,
it would have changed.
to continue to be persistent in putting the health of yourself, your family, your neighbors, co-workers, and friends first. And we'll get through this, and we'll get through this together. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mark. And thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
No questions? No statement about the election? I think that's it. Well, it's not what people wanted to see, but... okay, sorry. Somebody donated and said, why is so much time being spent to thank the president for things? It's a little over the top for a non-campaign rally. That's every Trump thing ever. Is always like jerking Trump off. Okay, so real quick, let's just read about this really fast because there's a lot of different claims that are flying around. Pfizer participate in warp speed. Pfizer sparked a stock market rally with its Monday announcement that early data shows its coronavirus vaccine is more than 90% effective. It also kicked off a battle over who deserves credit for the preliminary good news. President Donald Trump's administration was quick to applaud itself. Huge news thanks to, and there's a Pence tweet. Others, however, pointed to the fact that Pfizer's senior vice president and head of vaccine research and development, Katherine Jansen, publicly distanced the company from the Trump administration's Operation Warp Speed vaccine initiative. Jansen was quoted Monday by the New York Times as saying, "We were never part of the Warp Speed. We have never taken any money from the U.S. government or from anyone." The real story is more nuanced than both Pence's tweet and Jansen's comment made it sound. Facts first. Pfizer's vaccine progress is certainly not solely attributable to the Trump administration's Operation Warp Speed public-private partnership program, but it was not accurate for Pfizer to suggest that it's operating entirely apart from Operation Warp Speed. The company had a major agreement to sell at least 100 million doses of its vaccine to the federal government, and Pfizer acknowledged in a money statement to CNN that it is in fact participating in Operation Warp Speed through this deal. Also, at least some independent experts say the Trump administration deserves partial credit for Pfizer's progress. It's true that Pfizer, unlike some other pharmaceutical companies, did not accept federal money for research into a coronavirus vaccine. Pfizer, unlike those competitors, is not getting payments up front even before proving its efforts have been successful. However, the Trump administration agreed in July to buy at least $1.95 billion worth of a Pfizer vaccine, at least 100 million doses, if Pfizer does get a vaccine authorized by the FDA. 3 experts told CNN that this purchase promise may have played an important role in expediting Pfizer's vaccine development process. So after Pfizer's initial claim to the New York Times that it has never been part of Operation Warp Speed, CNN asked the company if there was any more nuance to the situation. In response, Pfizer spokesperson Sharon Castillo provided a statement that said the company is indeed part of Operation Warp Speed. Pfizer is one of various vaccine manufacturers participating in Operation Warp Speed as a supplier of a potential COVID-19 vaccine. Castillo said in an email, while Pfizer did reach an advanced purchase agreement with the U.S. government, the company did not accept Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority funding for the research and development process. All the investment for R&D was made by Pfizer at risk. Dr. Jansen was emphasizing that last point. There is a lot we still don't know about the Pfizer vaccine. The company issued the Monday news via press release. And because it is interim data, not a final analysis, there is no peer-reviewed study yet available. Final peer-reviewed data won't come until the company is ready to ask the FDA for emergency use authorization. We also did not know exactly what happened behind the scenes at Pfizer, so we can't definitively pinpoint the extent of any influence the U.S. government had on its development timeline. In addition, it's worth noting in response to Pence's tweet that Pfizer's partner on the coronavirus vaccine, German company BioNTech, received significant funding from the German government, and that Pfizer and BioNTech have purchase agreements with other countries in addition to the United States. Still, 3 experts contacted by CNN said the U.S. federal government likely played a significant role in the progress of the vaccine. One other expert disagreed. Dr. Robert Wachner, Professor and chair of medicine at the University of California in San Francisco, said the federal government's advanced guarantees to purchase large quantities of coronavirus vaccine from Pfizer and from its competitors de-risked the enterprise for Pfizer and others. Wagner, I'm going to guess it's Wagner, said the development of previous vaccines has been slowed by the fact that the payoff at the end is uncertain and the companies are very risk averse. One might argue that Pfizer, recognizing that they were working on the most important problem in the world, would have been willing to go full steam ahead in any case, but I think the federal dollars, with the promise of far more, clearly tilted the playing field toward rapid action, he said in an email. Dr. Paul Spearman, professor and director of infectious diseases at Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center, said he too thinks Operation Warp Speed had influence over the Pfizer vaccine development program. He said the government's advance purchase agreement helped, as did the competitive pressure, he said, was put on Pfizer by the speed at which a vaccine candidate from rival company Moderna, which did take federal research funding, was moved along by Operation Warp Speed. And Spearman said Pfizer definitely went along with the same or similar trial designs and endpoints as the other manufacturers, in consultation with the FDA. Dr. Peter Hotez, co-director for the Center for Vaccine Development at Texas Children's Hospital and dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at the Baylor College of Medicine, said, I think Operation Warp Speed helped the clinical trial design and helped provide the financial incentive. Knowing that there was going to be an advance purchase commitment for the vaccine, I think those were critical elements. Not everyone agrees. Dr. Michael Mina, assistant professor of epidemiology at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, said he would put the role of the U.S. government low on the list of what has helped Pfizer get the positive preliminary result. Pfizer is a large enough company that in the case it was not the promise of purchase. Okay. Pfizer is a large enough company that in this case it was not the promise of purchase that enabled this early result and rapid acceleration of a vaccine. The global demand is such that with or without any sort of agreement to purchase vaccines, Pfizer would have very likely had the same path. Mina said in an email. Okay, so Operation Warp Speed, insofar as it promised purchasing a bulk amount of vaccines, might have helped. The research itself was not funded by Operation Warp Speed in the case of Pfizer's company. Okay, there you go. What?
Today,
Why do these guys fucking spray paint their face so orange? Jesus Christ. It's like they want to darken themselves, but they're too scared they'll be seen as like brown, so they go for like a totally different color. What the fuck? You look inhuman.
we're going to concentrate on Michigan.
Like, look at the difference in color between the areas just around his lips and his face to see what his actual skin tone is. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's so weird.
I'm going to concentrate on the two lawsuits that have been filed. They are both very, very big cases. One in state court, one in federal court. And we're going to drill down, not the whole lawsuit, but we're going to drill down into the key witnesses, because the fake media is reporting over and over again, including Fox, that there is no evidence, hard evidence of fraud. There are thousands of pieces of evidence of hard fraud. They just don't publish it. They have an iron curtain.
Literally nothing is preventing Giuliani or Trump from publishing any of this information if they wanted to. Absolutely nothing prevents them from doing so, except their own fantastic imaginations or their lack of actual evidence.
If you show them an affidavit signed by someone that says they observed fraud, they don't put it on. I mean, it's really incredible.
Affidavit is not evidence. If that person actually starts to go to court and testifies, and then we start getting a case, then you've got like a more legitimate story. An affidavit is basically just a person saying, hey, if we go to court, I promise I'll say a certain thing. But that's far from saying that this is like hard evidence. It's not really what an affidavit is. Giuliani is a lawyer. You should know this.
Well, but it isn't incredible. It's un-American.
What?
This is probably the worst time in America for the exercise of your rights of free speech.
That might be
the
true.
worst. This is not terribly different than what's going on in Venezuela. And very interestingly, you're going to see that Venezuela is involved in this water fraud.
Whoa.
But now we're going to go to Michigan.
We're getting reverse CIA.
What happened in the state?
Rudy Giuliani reminds me of this guy. I don't remember his name. The one writer dude that is like screaming and like kills himself and is trying to like buy time for light.
Do you think felons should be allowed to vote even?
Like where this guy is still simping hardcore for him after he knows he's lost. Because like Trump came out on stage today and Trump is basically conceded. Yeah, Mikami. Trump basically conceded. But like he's like still off at the side here, like doing everything he can to like defend like his like simp lord or whatever. Oh fuck, the scene's not here. God damn it. That's who Giuliani reminds me of right now. The black hair dude with the glasses. Yeah. Do you think felons should be allowed to vote even if they're in jail? Vosh brought a good point to where it's not like they'll make R word and murder legal. It would just be mostly voting for all to help poor people. Just wondering what you thought. Yeah, I think everybody should probably have a right to vote. You can't taking away the right to vote from some people is kind of strange.
I don't know if she's a Republican or a Democrat. I guess I'm going to assume she's a Democrat. Probably shouldn't because it's...
How did Trump concede on his speech? So Trump came out and they talked about the coronavirus shit today, and for the first time, Trump sounds like he sees the writing on the walls. Like Trump literally is like, this is what's going to happen. I want to open the economy up. Whoever's in charge, whoever's in charge in a year, we'll see what happens, right? Like that's what he was saying today. Like he seemed pretty fucked. He seemed like he'd given up. That was the impression I got. I could be wrong, but that was definitely the impression. He sounded incredibly defeated. I'm good on this. How did I not see this? All right.
I like seeing people suffer. I would have been an excellent Nazi.
Baby fucking music. Listen to our baby fucking. It feels like she thought that she was like in a really close relationship. The dark triangle.
Jesus Christ. Moxie was like a big streamer, right? Like he got at least 1,000 viewers when he streamed, or he got 5K? Oh yeah, Jesus. Fuck, is RTB here? I deleted all my clips, but I don't see an easy way to delete all my VODs. Does Twitch have any legal obligation to ban streamers that got DMCA'd? None. Absolutely not. It's just their own stupid fucking policy. If enough big streamers get banned, they'll change it. But YouTube has a way better system where for YouTube, when you get a copyright strike, it drops off. They drop off every 90 days. But for some reason, Twitch keeps yours on your record permanently. I say for some reason, but I know why the reason is. The reason is because Twitch doesn't actually have the technology to automate any of the tracking of this on the back end. Some guy opens up a fucking Google spreadsheet when you get a DMC and he writes it down on the thing. And the reason why they don't drop off is because they probably think it's too much work to go through and manually do it. That's why Garen fucking Teed. There are any engineers that work at Twitch right now in my chat? I know I'm right. You can confirm or deny. I know that's the fucking case. That you guys probably don't have an automated way of tracking any of it, and you just write it all down in a fucking spreadsheet, and that's why you don't drop them off after a certain number of days. Garen fucking Teed.
Probably why every ban's a permaban too.
Yep, indefinite. Yep, is because they probably don't have the system in the back. They don't actually have like a backend that tracks bans or does anything, so they can't like push a button. There's no front end, obviously, right? So it's literally just like, okay, well, we can suspend a user account. The automated email will go out that says it's indefinite, and then they'll put it on a spreadsheet and they'll like email somebody to remind them to unban them after some number of days. 1,000,000%. I know they used to do that in the past. I know that for a fact that they used to do that for the past. I don't know that if that's the case today, but I know that a couple years ago, that's how they used to do it. Thoughts on Ludwig's approach, who said he was not deleting his VODs and he's willing to risk it to force... No, he won't. I love him, but no, he won't. Nobody will risk it. He's willing to risk it to force Twitch into doing something on there, and instead, Ludwig has since recanted, as other streamers deleted their VODs and clips. Yeah, nobody will risk it. As a person who built Twitch support, I know what it's like to have to be the voice on issues. So Twitch team says this was not built for Twitch. This is a JTV relic built to stop pirating live broadcasts. The system is built with the sole purpose of stopping a live stream, i.e. shutting a channel down immediately. Access was provided to media companies like Fox. The system was a forum. Access to the forum was provided by qualified parties who identified themselves as JTV, the Twitch legal team. The forum had a text box where one could simply put a URL to a VOD that did nothing to the VOD. It simply shut down the channel like a TOS strike. Until 2019, when I departed, the system had not significantly changed in any material way, even though Twitch had been in the music business since 2015. Myself and others asked for updates for the system to be close to YouTube starting in 2015. As another point of reference, the user report system was managed via Gmail inbox by moderators well into 2016. Fuck, I knew it. Who is this guy? Amen, brother. The summation here is that tools at Twitch simply do not get built. You would ask for these tools to be built / upgraded, and these were simply not considered important enough, not a big enough user or dollar benefit, and this in some ways leads to where we are today. It's not really surprising at all. Is there a way to, this is 90% of tech companies, by the way, probably. Is there a way to, delete all of your VODs? I found the delete all clips button, but I don't know how to delete all VODs. What's the point of deleting VODs? Because I don't want to get fucking auto ran through them and have somebody fucking DMCA my shit and get me banned.
I think we can do it through the API, but I'm not sure because Twitch has a half-ass baked API.
When you said do it through the API, you mean like I give you access to my account and it auto deletes it, or?
Well, I could probably just pull a token from the site and do it, but yeah.
Use this to mass download all your VODs. Use this to mass delete all your VODs. Ooh. Okay, I'm doing this tonight if I don't get banned before then. Aside from the law, how do you feel about the ethics of having licensed background music when streaming? I think copyright law is dumb as fuck. I think 99% of copyright law is stupid as fuck. I don't think it's a big deal. I will, however, say I don't necessarily object to paying for... Here's the problem, okay? And this has been the problem a lot for a lot of media-related companies, okay? People are willing to pay for good shit if you just make shit work and make it easy, okay? Like, I still feel this way about music. When I was poor, I pirated games and music because I couldn't afford it. Because I wanted to play games, I wanted to listen to music. I literally didn't have the money for it. So I would use like torrent sites and shit. But now that I'm older, I still pirate music because most music online shit fucking is annoying. It's gotten a lot better, to be fair. But like, if you make something that's easy to throw money into and get what you want out of it, then like I would pay for it. If there was like an easy way, even if it was $1,000 a month for me to license music to play on stream, I'd pay for it. I don't give a fuck. Like, sure, that's fine. And as some services have gotten better,
what
people
are your thoughts on the money printer going, burr?
We love the money printer here at Sharknado, thank you. Like, a lot of people today will pay for things like Netflix, or I'm just gonna say Hulu, but fuck you, Hulu. Netflix or Spotify or like YouTube Music or whatever. Like, people will pay for stuff. You just have to make it like not suck shit. Like, a lot of the piracy services that existed in the past are so good. Like, nothing will ever rival, even today, like Pass the Headphones or no, I'm sorry. I think it's called Redacted now. Redacted or Pass the Popcorn when it comes to like movies or music. Like, nothing, just these sites are just so fucking good. What's wrong with Hulu? I am biased against Hulu. All I know about Hulu is 10 years ago, Rachel bought a Hulu subscription service, and I remember watching it with her, and there were still fucking ads. And I was like, why the fuck are you paying for this if they're still showing? That's all I remember about Hulu. It might be good now. I just remember seeing that a long time ago, and I got ultra triggered about it. What? Wait, what exploded? What the fuck are you doing?
What's up, Destiny? What's your
Destiny, we
favorite
have a
history
question for you.
fact? Wait, are you
What's your
busy right
question?
now? I assume not.
I'm always gonna make time for you, Casey Trent, okay?
Thank you. Oh my god, he's in a good mood today.
Okay, we've been Destiny. We've been talking about history today. What's your favorite fact about history or historical story?
My favorite fact about history or historical
Your
story.
favorite history story.
Let me think of one, okay?
Okay.
Take your time.
Yeah. What about you guys? What have you thought about?
Well, I talked about Sarah Hale, who was actually
Black
like
Plague.
the Martha Stewart of the 1800s, and she invented Thanksgiving.
I mean, that wasn't your question, Destiny. The question was fuck, marry, kill all of us. But Cutie
Hey.
wants to team fucking five-head today.
I
Let's
feel-
start with the easy question. Fuck, marry, kill, Destiny.
They're
Between
all gonna
of us.
kill me because I have a boyfriend, and that would be rude if they tried to do anything with me.
Fair.
Okay, so I think so there used to be a sea, okay, called the Aral Sea. It was I think it was the 4th or 5th largest sea in the world.
Oh, like water
And-
with ocean?
Like freshwater,
Wait, what's
whatever
the
shit I
difference between
think.
the ocean and the sea?
Great question.
Listen, don't worry about that, okay? The Aral Sea was really big. Did you know that the Soviet Union completely fucking drained it? And it's completely gone now. It's no more.
How? How did
Because
they
of
do
how
that?
horrible. Because they diverted too much water from it. They fucked it all up. It wasn't fresh water, sorry. But it was
Wait,
just
no,
like
I'm
it was
actually
one of
lost. Is this real?
it's totally real.
I've never
Also, I
fucking
would
heard of
kill minks 1,000,000 times over. That would be my only answer.
Oh,
All right, I love you.
You're just still mad. He's still mad about the Royale that you won twice.
I said, get the fuck out of here. You're 40.
just a kid. If you weren't a kid, you know what? I'm gonna knock that phone out of your hand.
Are you mad? Your daddy didn't win. Are you mad?
Oh, just sit back and relax, you
mad?
dumbass.
Bye.
Sit back and relax.
Oh, he's actually so mad.
Yeah. I wish you were 18. I'd fucking remove
I
your
am,
hand.
bitch. I'm
Touch
19,
me.
bitch.
Touch me. Touch
no,
me.
Sweetheart.
Touch me.
You're not worth it.
Touch me.
You're not worth it.
Touch me.
You're not worth
Fucking
it, baby.
touch me.
Oh my god, he's so mad that Trump lost. Oh
Touch
no.
me. I dare you. I'll remove your
Look
fucking
at that.
head.
That's provoking. Look at
You know
that.
what? You're in my face. You're in my fucking face. You better back off.
Yeah, okay.
Look at this little dyke.
Oh, I get more pussy than you, motherfucker. I get so much more pussy than you.
You know what? Put your fucking hand on me.
Did I?
Put your fucking hand on me.
Yeah? Have another one. Are you mad? Let's see your play real quick.
Yeah?
Yep.
Get behind it. Please, get behind it. Get behind it.
This guy's so mad, dude. Can't get behind my car if I keep backing up.
Bye, baby.
You know what you need? You need to be removed from the gene pool because you're too fucking stupid to be alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
no hair, sweetie. Oh, baby.
Touch me. Fucking touch me.
No.
Fucking touch me. Fucking touch me. Touch me. Fucking touch me. Touch me. Come on. Come on, hard ass. Get that phone out of my fucking face. I'm about this close. I'm about this fucking close.
Truck, bitch.
I'm
Get
about
back in
this
your fucking
close.
truck. How old are you?
Hey, shut up.
You shut up.
Shut up.
Who's out here out of this fucking truck? Bye, baby. Bye, baby.
What is that? Oh, he's getting his phone.
Too small. You are
I'm
junk.
too small?
Yeah, you are
Go
junk.
back to your country,
You
bitch.
are junk.
Uh-oh,
I am
whoa.
bitch. You are idiot.
Ooh.
Make me picture.
Yep.
It's a video, sweetheart.
I don't care.
You know what she
You
is?
got out of your truck, bitch.
You know
Get
what
back in there. How old are you?
She's scum.
How old
She's
are
scum
you?
is what she is.
How old are... Oh, you got a hearing aid
Scum.
too? Oh, fuck. Dude,
your
you got
fucking
a
hand
hearing...
This girl's kind of mean,
You
but
want to keep touching me?
Put your fucking hand on me.
Call the cops.
I'm gonna knock your fucking
Have
head off.
another drink, bitch.
Oh, she
Have
is worth
another
it.
drink, bitch.
She worth it. She needs to
Have
go
another
swimming.
drink, bitch.
she needs to go swimming.
Have
Oh my
another
god.
drink, bitch. Get the fuck back in your truck. Get the fuck back in your truck. You know what?
I'm calling
Yeah,
the cops.
okay.
Fuck this little cunt.
Do it, bitch.
Cops
What
for
did I
what?
do?
What are you gonna call the cops?
When you flip somebody off, it's assault.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, sweetheart.
I mean, it can be, but I don't think it is in this case.
Yes, sweetheart. You can leave.
Yeah.
You can leave.
You know.
You can leave.
You are a junk.
You can
You
leave,
are a,
baby.
You are.
Look at her. She's
You
got no
can
respect.
leave, baby.
She's a lesbian that's got no respect. Look at her. It's a guy. It's a guy. She should have had balls between her
Oh,
legs.
yeah, sweetheart. I got more balls than you, pussy.
I need you to come up to the Dunedin Causeway. I just been
Verbally assaulted.
Why would
Tell me
you-
you have a Trump flag. Tell him the whole story. Dude, this motherfucker's calling the...
Oh my god. Sir, are you okay? Jesus. She really does have fucking balls? Maybe. Or she's one of those people, I'm about to do a big squad W. Or she's one of those girls that will like hit you and do crazy shit, and then when you hit her, she'll scream and cry for help. I think I've seen too many crazy fucking Reddit videos. It's generally not a good idea to like stand in front of somebody and scream at somebody. I don't think it's worth it, especially a guy like that. Like if that guy were to like lash out and attack, it seems like not a thing that's worth dying over, but I don't know if he'd actually go that hard. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
Careful, he's playing League, Melina.
Careful.
No, is it your fault again?
Yeah.
No, it is not. I haven't played a single game, Melina.
He's been screaming at me, back to the rift, back to the rift, back to the rift, back to the rift.